Salute, Minister General, and peace and blessings to all the people in the struggle. This is Khalid, Minister of Defense of Sons of Africa. In light of recent events, I felt it necessary to just express outrage at what has been happening in the Middle East, especially Gaza and the West Bank. Just the genocide and the U.S. complicity in that genocide and, the general response to all that's happening in the world. Some of the responses are very good in support of the people who are being slaughtered, men, women, and children. Crimes against humanity. All right. At the end of the day, it should be no surprise, European colonialism and imperialism, it's been the way. All right. You can look at the genocide of the indigenous peoples of the Americas, the slaughter of African peoples or people of color worldwide. Should be no surprise, especially with the backing of religion. All right. You think about the white man's burden. The great burden of the white man is stewarding the resources of the planet. Okay. Not so much as being a servant of mankind, but a slaughterer and murderer and raper of mankind. All right. And that's what we see in the guise of religion and, truth. Okay. I know that scripture says, all right, the Christian Bible says that the devil is a liar and a murderer and a thief from day one. So anybody that's a liar, a murderer, and a thief is a devil. Okay? I don't care if you're black, white, European, Asian, African, whatever. All right? Like there are something that God hates. The supreme being hates certain things. All right? And in that book that, some people refer to as basic instructions before leaving Earth, there's a lot of stuff that's hidden in there that a lot of people don't really understand because it's written for people at different levels of maturity or, psychological and spiritual development, right? And one of those things is the things that God hates. God hates feet that run to shed innocent blood. All right. God hates a liar. Okay. And one that tries to sow division in a family. Okay. Like those are just some of the things that God hates according to scriptures, right? So God don't love everything. You know what I'm saying? According to what I'm reading. All right. And you shouldn't either. Okay. You shouldn't love, people who are, I don't care if they black. I don't care if they're white. I don't care what color or race they belong to. If they're doing evil and wickedness, at the end of the day, there's only two kinds of people in the world. The wicked and the righteous. The just and the unjust. That's all there is. I don't care if you call yourself a Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, or who do you do, whatever. All right. Your actions and your behavior dictates who you are and what you really represent. Your behavior, your conduct, how you conduct yourself in your life. All right. Like, I like, some of the things that I read in scripture. Like I remember, the parable of, or the story about the disciples of Jesus that wanted to be next to him in heaven. And, his response was like, yo, calm down. All right. Because You all are vying for position in heaven, but at the end of the day, the greatest among you is he who is the servant of all. All right? So shout out to the servant of the servants, my beloved brother Ahmad Abdul Ibad, peace and blessings. All right, servant of the servants. So like I'm a servant of the servants of the servants. All right, because that is the honorable and noble thing to do. To serve others should be the greatest aspiration of the human hearts. I learned that in the 12-step fellowship. Okay, because not for nothing, no one has a monopoly on God, right? And the teachings and the blessings and the message of God. God will use whoever God wills to bring a message to the people. All right. And the message is that God is bringing is that there is a day of judgment for the wicked. All right. And we're living in the day of judgment. Like everything that we're witnessing, that we're seeing, all of the forest fires, earthquakes, and diseases that are spreading around the planet, all of those things are the righteous judgment of God. I don't care if you think like, oh, that's just a tornado or a typhoon or an earthquake. Listen, God, the supreme being, is in control of everything. All right? We, as brothers in the hood, all right, as the sons of Africa, are here to just do one thing, and that's to be in total submission to the will of God, to allow God to use us to tell the truth and to resist evil. The evil not just in the world, but the evil within ourselves, okay? Because we're not perfect, all right? Our goal and our ambition is to be the best that we can be, the best vessels and instrument of the Most High that we can be. All right. And we do not believe that any one group or people has a monopoly on God. God is the one that has the monopoly on all of us. God, the supreme being, owns us, the owner of everything. The all in all and through all is the supreme being. All right. And like the supreme being is constantly shouting to us, okay, to stand up. All right. Stand up to evil and wickedness in the world. Okay. Because most of the governments on the planet is not listening to God and not doing the will of God. The people in Gaza, like the oppressed people who are being slaughtered right now, like they're going straight to paradise, right? The people who stand up, if you fall in the way of God, doing the right thing, then you're in the presence of God. If you walk with God in the world and you're fighting and defending what's right, when you die as a revolutionary, as a freedom fighter, all right, your reward is paradise, is heaven, all right? Your heaven, I mean, not even before you even die, you're in heaven, all right? You should feel that in your heart and know that your fight is a just fight, all right? The struggle against evil within your own self and evil in your communities, all right, is a stand for the highest and the greatest good. All right? That's just the reality. Peace and blessings to all.